This is a wonderful day. I have never seen this day before. Indeed, reverence opens up a space for us to encounter the miraculous in the mundane. Let's accord a warm welcome to our dignitaries. Our guests are making their way to the auditorium. It is an honor to have with us His Grace, Most Reverend Philip Neri Ferrao, Archbishop of Goa and Daman. Our chief guest for today, the Secretary to the Archbishop, Reverend Father Joachim Loyola Pereira. Episcopal Vicar of South Goa, Reverend Father Lucio Dias. The President of the Diocesan Society of Education, Reverend Father Zephyrine D'Souza. The Secretary of the Diocesan, the Assistant to the Secretary of the Diocesan Society of Education, Reverend Father Arnal Pino. The coordinator of today's function, Principal of Santa Cruz Higher Secondary School, Mr. Dennis Disa. Ladies and gentlemen, please give our guest a warm welcome. Could you please give them a very good morning and a warm and hearty welcome to our dignitaries, members of the Governing Council, Reverend Fathers, managers of the Diocesan Society of Education schools, heads of schools and various institutions, principals of colleges, high secondary schools, members of the Parish Pastoral Council, members of the PTA, teachers, parents. Our special guest for today, our awardees, and you, our dear students. Rabindranath Tagore sings, "I have had my invitation to this world's festival, and thus my life has been blessed." As we come together as one big family this morning, we feel honored to be part of this journey. Education is not so much about making a living as making a person. The Diocesan Society of Education has been a beacon to the cause of education in Goa through its apostolate and its institutions of learning. With a network of over 80 educational institutions at various levels, the Diocesan Society of Education is proud of its yeoman service to the mission of education in our lovely little Goa. It has been forming, transforming, and empowering young minds and hearts. And today, we celebrate the achievements of our meritorious students and all-rounders in the academic year 2018-19. We gratefully acknowledge the support and collaboration of our DSE Day benefactors, Maria Crescencia Menezes Memorial Educational Trust and Pascual and Maria Menezes Benevolence Foundation. The poet Maya Angelou sings, "This is a wonderful day. I have never seen this day before." Indeed, reverence opens up a space for us to encounter the miraculous in the mundane. Every forest was once an acorn. Every revolution begins with a spark. I invite Your Grace, our chief guest, and our dignitaries to light the traditional lamp. Our coordinator, Mr. Dennis Disa, will escort our dignitaries to the lamp. Ladies and gentlemen, let's spend a moment in reflection as our guests make their way to the stage to light the lamp. As the wick is going to be lit, it is a symbol of small beginnings having a ripple effect. "Go forth and set the world on fire," asserted Saint Ignatius of Loyola. Holy Spirit Institute Margao will take care of this part of the event. Ladies and gentlemen, please take a look at that very ingenious lamp. It exhorts us, in keeping with our theme, to go forth and serve with love and compassion. A lamp depicts the conventional praying hands unfolding in this case to render prayer in action. They exhort us to reach out to the less fortunate. The green hands framed against our green planet also encapsulates the reciprocal relationship between man and nature. If man cares for nature, nature will nurture man. It's an even more pertinent message for our times. I request our dignitaries to take their seats on the dais. The praying hands opening out in service, reaching out to those less fortunate. What a wonderful message, ladies and gentlemen. Our dignitaries will take their seats on the dais. Reverend Father Zephyrine D'Souza wears many hats. He is President of the Diocesan Society of Education and St. Joseph Bar's Educational Society. He is also the Administrator of St. Xavier's College. A dynamic administrator, the zestful Father Zephyrine D'Souza accomplishes his role as a leader and mentor with a delicate balance of firm discipline coupled with good cheer. He leads by example and exhorts us to be positive. Please join me in inviting the President of the Diocesan Society, Reverend Father Zephyrine D'Souza, to deliver the welcome address. Could we please have a round of applause?
Good morning to you. My dear friends, we are all excited to have all of you here to participate in this function organized by the Diocesan Society of Education to felicitate the meritorious students at various levels. It's my pleasure to welcome everyone in this august audience. On behalf of the Diocesan Society of Education, I extend a warm and cordial welcome to Most Reverend Philip Neri Ferram, Archbishop of Goa and Daman, and the chairperson of this Diocesan Society of Education. Our own Father Joaquin Loyola Pereira, Secretary to the Archbishop, the coordinator for today's function, Mr. Dennis Desa, the Secretary for the Jesus Rodriguez, Father Arnal P., Assistant to the Secretary of the Diocesan Society of Education, and my special warm welcome to the meritorious students and your parents, and also I would like to express or extend a warm welcome to the managers, to the heads, to the administrators, and to all those present here. DIOCESAN had always a session to felicitate the deserving students, but in due course of time, we felt that our students deserved better deal of appreciation. Hence, a formal function is being planned and organized every year to acknowledge the efforts and the success of our deserving students at various levels, because, as it is said, and we believe in it, I quote, "If you don't show appreciation to those that deserve it, they learn to stop doing the things you appreciate." I unquote. Yes, my dear friends, being told you are appreciated is one of the simplest and most uplifting things you can do and you can hear. Today, we are just doing this in a very symbolic way. As I conclude, I would like to state that there is deep sense of joy expressed through this lovely function. As said by Voltaire, appreciation is a wonderful thing. It makes what is excellent in others belong to us as well. Once again, a warm and hearty welcome to all those present here on the days, off the days, and outside as well. Sit back and enjoy this lovely function organized with expertise and professional touch. Thank you very much and have a lovely day today.
Thank you, Father Zephyrin D'Souza, for that warm and exuberant and appreciative welcome. We really appreciate your presence here today. We would like to welcome our dignitaries with a small token of affection and appreciation. Our Lady of Health Konkoli will do the honors. May I request Master Norvin Dias to come up on stage. He has the honor of presenting a token of love to His Grace, Most Reverend Philip Neri Ferrao, our Archbishop. Could we please have a round of applause? Master Jesli Letao has the privilege of welcoming our chief guest, Reverend Father Joachim Loyola Pereira. Could we please have a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen? Thank you. I request Master Siddhant Shirodkar to present a token of affection to the Episcopal Vicar of South Goa, Reverend Father Lucio Dias. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for your kind applause. Master Sumit Naik is pleased to present a token to Reverend Father Zephyrin D'Souza, President of the Diocesan Society of Education. Master Samarth Faldesai has the honor of presenting a token of our love to Reverend Father Jesus Rodrigues, Secretary of the Diocesan Society of Education. Master Kevin D'Souza is delighted to present a token to Reverend Father Arnal Pino, Assistant to the Secretary of the Diocesan Society of Education. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Master Nathan Dias warmly welcomes the coordinator of today's program, Mr. Dennis Disa, Principal of Santa Cruz Higher Secondary School. Thank you to all the boys of Our Lady of Health, Kunkoli. It is such a treat to watch an all-male cast with all males giving floral tributes, which are usually reserved for the ladies. Such a pleasant difference. The difference between ordinary and extraordinary is that little extra. Winners make winning look deceptively easy. However, there is no magic to achievement. Michelle Obama will tell you, it's really about hard work, choices, and persistence. Today we celebrate our young achievers. We will now have the felicitation of our meritorious students. I invite Madam Victoria D'Souza, Principal of Rosary Higher Secondary School, Naveli, and Madam Siat De Mello, Headmistress of St. Joseph High School, Uska, to take over. May I remind you, ladies and gentlemen, please let our professional photographers be the only paparazzi during the felicitation ceremony. May I also invite you to play a game. Let's think it's 1993 and imagine we have no cell phones. Could you please turn off your cell phones? Thank you.
The future belongs to those who prepare for it today. Good morning, Your Grace, Archbishop, Most Reverend Philippe Neri Ferrao, Chief Guest for today's function, Reverend Father Choki Loyal Parade, dignitaries on the days, of the days, dear felicities, ladies and gentlemen. We will now have the felicitation of the toppers of our DSE schools, higher secondaries and colleges. We will begin with the toppers of the SSC examination conducted by the Goa Board for the academic year 2018-2019. I now request His Grace and the Chief Guest to please do the honors. We have Ms. Lamgonkar Sashi Manohar of Our Lady of Grace High School, Bicholim, who topped among the girls with 569 out of 600 marks. She also topped in English with 91 marks, Hindi with 95 marks, and Science with 99 marks. We have a parent who will be receiving on her behalf. Let us hear a loud applause. In the boys category, we have Master Aman Ramratan Moria of St. Joseph High School, Karai Shiroda, who scored 554 out of 600 marks. He also topped in social studies with 100 marks. We have his parent who will be receiving on his behalf. We will now have the subject-wise toppers in the girls and the boys category. In English, we have from Our Lady of Grace High School, Bicholi, Master Shevek Thomas Sunil Jose Tengapali, who topped with 88 marks. Master Samuel Rodriguez of Our Lady of Snow High School, Raya, also topped with 88 marks in English. In Hindi, Master Aryan Sanjay Singh of St. John of the Cross High School, Sankeli, topped with 95 marks. The headmaster will be collecting on his behalf. We have Ms. Sarvadya Sishandra Pai of St. Teresa of Jesus High School, Chowdi, Kanakona, who topped with 95 marks in Hindi. Master Om Deepak Desai of Our Lady of Grace High School, Bicholim, topped in Konkani with 92 marks. He also topped in Social Studies with 100 marks. From Regina Maturam High School, Asolna, we have Master Ashton Fernandez, who also topped in Konkani with 92 marks. We have Miss Lucy Mahindra Parab of St. John of the Cross High School, Sankeli, who topped with 95 marks in Konkani. We have a mother who will be receiving on her behalf. In Marathi, we have from Our Lady of Lourdes High School, Valpoi, Master Amey Yagneshwar Joshi, who topped with 93 marks. He also topped in Social Studies with 100 marks. We have his mother who will be receiving on his behalf. Can we hear a louder applause? Thank you. Miss Riya Lakshman Gavas of St. John of the Cross High School, Sankeli, topped in Marathi with 95 marks. We have a headmaster who will be collecting on her behalf. In French, we have Master Bevan Peterson Rodriguez of Regina Maturam High School, Asolna, who topped with 68 marks. From Regina Maturam High School, Asolna, we have Master Aldrin Rodriguez, who also topped in French with 68 marks. Miss Sandhya Moria of Holy Spirit Institute, Margao, topped in French with 95 marks. We have a parent who will be collecting on her behalf. In Portuguese, we have Miss Swara Abhijit Prabhudasai of St. Rita's High School, Mainapurturi, who topped with 84 marks. We have a parent who will be receiving on our behalf. Can we hear a louder applause, please? Master Sahil Sunil Kale of St. John of the Cross High School, Sankeli, topped in Sanskrit with 93 marks. We have his parent who will be receiving on his behalf. Miss Anne Maria Tom of St. John of the Cross High School, Sankeli, topped in Sanskrit with 96 marks. We have a father who will be receiving on her behalf. In Urdu, we have Master Junaid Mujassin Tyagi of Our Lady of Lourdes High School, Valpoi, who topped with 93 marks. Miss Sumaira Abbas Shah of Our Lady of Grace High School, Bicholi, topped with 96 marks in Urdu. We have a parent who will be collecting on her behalf. From Our Lady of Grace High School, Bicholi, we also have Ms. Rajia Kiledar, who talked in Urdu with 96 marks. The headmaster of the school will be collecting on her behalf. Master Ashton Stellan Fernandez of St. Anthony's High School, Majorda, topped in maths with 99 marks. From St. John of the Cross High School, Sankeli, we have Ms. Anushka Anil Naik, who topped in maths with 100 marks. We have a parent who will be collecting it over here. We have Master Kalen John Batista of St. Anthony's High School, Majorda, who topped in science with 100 marks. We have his parents who will be receiving on his behalf. From Our Lady of Grace High School, Bicholi, we have Ms. Vinita Sunil Dukar, who topped in science with 99 marks. We have a parent who will be receiving on her behalf. Ms. Tanaya Mahesh Talkar of St. John of the Cross High School, Sankeli, also topped in science with 99 marks. She also topped in social studies with 100 marks. We have a parent who will be receiving it on her behalf. We have Ms. Kumari Madhu Shakia of Rosary High School, Naveli, topping in science with 99 marks. From Sacred Heart of Jesus High School, Anjuna, we have Ms. Tanisha Dias, who also topped in science with 99 marks. In social studies, we have Master Arjun Chaudhary of St. Thomas High School, Consaulim, who topped with 100 marks. We have his parent who will be receiving it on his behalf. From St. John of the Cross High School, Sankeli, we have Ms. Ria Lakshman Gavas, who topped in social studies with 100 marks. We have a parent who will be receiving on her behalf. Ms. Chaturthi Satyavan Naik from Mahinda Diyosh High School, Korjue, also topped in social studies with 100 marks. We have a teacher who will be receiving it on her behalf. At the ICSC board, we have Master Rajkumar Gupta of St. Andrew's ICSC School, Vasco, who topped among the boys with 567 marks. His parent will be receiving it on his behalf. Can we hear a louder applause, please? We have Ms. Anjani Santosh Chakar from St. Andrew's ICSC School, Vasco, who topped among the girls with 515 marks. The headmistress will be receiving on her behalf. In the CWSN category of the Goa board, we have Master Vincent Matthews Correa of St. Thomas High School and Consulum, who topped in English with 91 marks. Please, louder applause to the audience. We have both the parents of Matthews to be on stage here. I now hand over to Mrs. Victoria D'Souza to continue with the felicitation of the toppers of the DSC High Secondary and College.
Good day to all of you. We continue with the toppers of the high secondary school. We have Miss Amisha Mahesh Sawant of St. Xavier's High Secondary School, Mapsa, who topped in the science stream with a percentage of 93.33%. Can I request the Vice Principal of the High Secondary to collect the prize? We have Master Shamik Karunakar Shetty, also of St. Xavier's High Secondary School, Mapsa, who topped in the commerce stream with a percentage of 96.30%. Requesting again the Vice Principal to collect the prize. In the art stream, we have Miss Jemima Asunta Fernandez, also of St. Xavier's High Secondary School, Mapsa, with a percentage of 97.17%. In the vocational stream, we have Miss Michelle Mascarenas, also of St. Xavier's High Secondary School, Mapsa, with a percentage of 97%. And can we have a round of applause for St. Xavier's High Secondary School for topping in all the 4 streams, that's arts, commerce, science and vocational. We move on to the all-round students of the year of the high secondary school. We have Miss Zenia Coral Clement Braganza of the arts stream of St. Xavier's High Secondary School, Mapsa. We have Miss Neslinda Marianne Trindad of the vocational stream of St. Teresa High Secondary School, Kandoli, requesting the parent to collect the prize. We have Miss Lorenzo Audrey Rosen of Commerce Stream of the Rosary High Secondary School, Navili. We have Miss Genevieve Jeria Afonso of the art stream of St. Andrew's High Secondary School, Vasco, requesting the principal to collect the prize. We have Miss Rebelo Genesia of the vocational stream of Mount Mary High Secondary School, Chinchini. We have Miss Senalda Meliora Lopez of the commerce stream of Father Basilio Andrade Memorial High Secondary School, Majorda. Can we have a round of applause? These are all-round students of the year. We have Miss Rinki DeCosta of the Science Stream of Santa Cruz High Secondary School, Santa Cruz. Requesting Principal to collect the prize. Let your applause be louder. We have Miss Andrea Christine DaCosta of the Science Stream of Infant Jesus High Secondary School, Kolwa. We have Miss Narisa Dikunya of the Commerce Stream of St. Teresa of Jesus High Secondary School, Saudi. We have Master Renzel Tristan Joseph Fernandez of the Art Stream of Our Lady of Perpetual Succor High Secondary School, Kortali. I'm sure you're not tired clapping. We have Miss Pranali Eknath Varak of the Science Stream of Our Lady of Lourdes High Secondary School, Valpoi. Requesting the teacher to collect the prize. We have Master Presley DeCosta of the Art Stream of St. Xavier's Academy, Old Goa. We move on to the all-round students of the year of the DSC colleges. We have Miss Linson Linessa Lynette of TY BCom of St. Xavier's College, Mapsa. We have Miss Kimberly Grisha Fernandez of TYBA of Rosary College, Navili. Thank you, Your Grace, and our Chief Guest for the loyal order. Thank you, parents. We continue with the function.
And thank you, Madam C.Ed de Mello, Headmistress of St. Joseph High School, Uska, and Madam Victoria D'Souza, Principal of Rosary High Secondary School, Naveli, for that wonderful job with the prizes. Ladies and gentlemen, could I request you to clap one more time for all our winners who made us so proud. Thank you. We salute you, dear students. You are the heart of education. We acknowledge the role played by your parents and mentors as well as your teachers. It is true that everyone who remembers his own education remembers teachers, not methods, not techniques. Our wish for you is continue to do well and do good. As Dr. Seuss puts it, you're off to great places. Today is your day. Your mountain is waiting. So get on your way. And now, he is our good shepherd, the patron of our diocese, the chairman of the Diocesan Society of Education. It gives us a deep sense of joy to have His Grace preside over the felicitation function this morning. We are fortunate to have a leader who has his pulse on the beat of the times. He has a wonderful connect with the youth. When he takes the stage, a silence descends. He is a gifted orator, and one really wishes he wouldn't stop. Most of all, he is not a boss who says go, but a leader who says let's go. He takes everyone along. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me invite His grace to share with us his thoughts today. Could we please have a round of applause?
Father Joaquin Loyola Pereira, chief guest of today's Felicitation function. Father Lucio Dias, our Episcopal Vicar, who accompanies the Apostolate of Education. Father Zeferino de Souza, the President of the DSC. Father Jesus Rodriguez, the Secretary of the DSC. Father Arnaldo Pinho, Assistant Secretary of the DSC. Mr. Dennis Tissa, Coordinator of today's Felicitation function. My dear managers, heads, staff, students, parents, friends, and well-wishers of DSC. If any function of DSC is a matter of joy for us, I think a function like this, the DSC Felicitation Day, is an occasion of great joy. I am extremely happy to be here for this DSC Felicitation Day. This day, which is set aside to appreciate the hard work and the dedicated efforts of our students and to felicitate them for their achievements. This gesture of appreciation is meant to be an incentive for the students who are felicitated to do still better in their journey of education and life. It is also meant to be an encouragement for the others, for all of us, to excel in our life. My dear friends, our human life is like a journey. And in this journey of life, education is an extremely important component which enables our young students to bring out the best in them and to prepare themselves to face the challenges of today's life. It is precisely because of this that the church in Goa runs such a large network of educational institutions at the various levels. The All India Catholic Educational Policy, which was promulgated in the year 2007, has this to say: our educational mission in the context of India of today and the India of tomorrow is the recreation of human lives, communities, and the wider society. Our present challenge is to build a new society with all people of goodwill and their institutions and organizations. For this purpose, all must work unitedly with the marginalized to build up a better future for our country. Education has to enable the millions who have no name or face or dignity and whom society treats as non-persons to regain their identity and self-worth. On an occasion like this, when we have in our midst representatives of the staff, teaching and non-teaching, management, students, and also parents. Today, I think for some reason or the other, many students who could not come, their parents have come, and we are happy about it. And therefore, on such an occasion, it would be helpful to recall what the UNESCO conference held in Geneva in 1994 had to say about education in the 21st century. It spoke about 4 pillars of education, namely 4 types of learning which the students must be able to acquire throughout their life, but much more during their journey of education. The first learning that our students must acquire is the learning to know, the ability and the eagerness to go on growing in knowledge. critical awareness and thinking. We must help them to gain the ability to go on learning, reflecting, analyzing, and assessing. The second learning is the learning to do. It's not enough to acquire knowledge. They must acquire skills, develop their talents, attain emotional maturity, bloom to the full, be able to work with others in a collaborative spirit, creativity, effective expression. The third pillar is the learning to be. It's not enough to know and to do. We must learn to be. And for this, the students must imbibe values, human, social, moral, and spiritual values. They must be helped to acquire self-discipline, capacity for self-evaluation. And the fourth pillar, which to my mind is the most important in our times and in our country, and that is the learning to live with each other. And for this, the students must be helped to acquire love and respect for persons in all their legitimate differences of language, of culture, of religion, of origin, of ethnicity. To acquire appreciation of our country with its rich heritage of cultures, languages, religions, customs, song and dance, as highlighted in our Indian Constitution. My dear friends, if these four objectives, namely learning to know, learning to do, learning to be, and learning to live with each other are to be achieved, the teachers have a unique and irreplaceable role to play in shaping the lives of the students, in helping them become accountable, empowered, and caring human beings. Malala Yousafzai, the youngest Nobel Prize laureate, has aptly said, I quote, "One book, one pen, one child, and one teacher can change the world." Indeed, the positive influence of teachers lasts for generations to come. Our world is a world of technology. And speaking about the integration of technology in education, Bill Gates has beautifully stated, I quote, "Technology is just a tool. In terms of getting the kids working together and motivating them, the teacher is most important. Technology is there to transform education and not to replace educators. It is the role of teachers to use it fruitfully, to transform lives and enhance teaching structures. My dear friends, on an occasion like this, I would like to express my deep appreciation to all our teachers who leave no stone unturned in order to give of their best to our students. The theme of today's function is "Go forth to serve with love and compassion." And this theme has been inspired by the theme of this year. Jesus telling in the parable of the Good Samaritan, "You go and do likewise. Make yourself a neighbor to others through your love, through your life of love and compassion." And the best example that comes to my mind at this moment is the example of Mother Teresa. She is the one who went out to serve with love and compassion. And there is a beautiful, touching incident from her life It seems once a beggar came late in the evening to the house of Mother Teresa in Calcutta, shouting, "Mother, Mother." And as soon as the sisters heard this noise, one of the sisters came and she found a beggar standing in front of the door. And the sister asked him, "What do you want?" And he says, "I want Mother Teresa, only Mother Teresa and no one else." So this sister rushed to the room of Mother Teresa and told her, "There's someone waiting for you." Mother Teresa came rushing. And when she came down, she found a beggar with an aluminium plate in his hand. And she noticed that there were a few coins in the aluminium plate. That was the money that he had collected through begging throughout that day. There were a few rupees there. And as soon as this beggar saw Mother Teresa, he was filled with joy. And he offered his aluminium plate to Mother Teresa with those coins. And Mother Teresa says, "I was taken aback. I did not know what to do. I thought for myself, if I don't accept this plate, if I accept this plate, this man will go to bed hungry because that's all he has earned by begging. But if I don't accept it, he will be unhappy. He will go home sad." So she accepted it. And this man was so happy that he kissed Mother Teresa's hands joyfully. And Mother Teresa says, "I was so touched because this beggar gave everything that he had. For me, this gift was much more precious than the Nobel Prize that I received." Mother Teresa went forth to serve with love and compassion. And by serving with love and compassion, she transformed another person. She transformed this beggar. This beggar now was no longer thinking of himself. He was touched by Mother Teresa, who went out to serve with love and compassion, that he had become a person who had learned to forget himself in order to live for others, to serve with love and compassion. And that's what I wish for all of you, students, teachers, management, that all of us may be persons who can reach out to others with love and compassion and thereby witness to the values that Jesus brought into this world. As I end, I would like to express my sincere appreciation to the DSC, to the office bearers, the President, Father Zefferino, the Secretary, Father Jesus, the Assistant Secretary, Father Arnaldo, the coordinator of today's function, Mr. Dennis Dissa, all the members of the coordinating team for the wonderful function. I was so touched by the creativity that I noticed right from the beginning of this function. The beautiful prayer service at the beginning, the beautiful arrangement for the lighting of the lamp, the wonderful way that this function has been organized, and already foresee that the lovely items to come. I would like to congratulate not only the coordinating team, not only the office bearers of the DSC, but all our heads, our managers, our staff, our students for putting their best and organizing this function with such creativity. My hearty appreciation to all of them. I would also like to express my appreciation for all the benefactors and especially the sponsors of today's function. Maria Crescencia Menezes Memorial Educational Trust and Pascual and Maria Menezes Benevolence Foundation. My sincere thanks to them for their generosity. Thank you, one and all, and God bless you.
Thank you, Your Grace. Thank you for filling us with renewed enthusiasm to reach out with love and compassion and to take up the challenges that lie ahead. We are honored to have as our distinguished chief guest a charming and multifaceted person. Reverend Father Joachim Loyola Pereira has been a priest for 43 years. He has served as the secretary to the Archbishop for nearly 3 decades. Apart from his evident administrative acumen, he is a people's person. He has served as a teacher at the seminary, as manager of Savior of the World High School Lotoli, and director of the Diocesan Center for Social Communications Media. He is presently a member of the Diocesan Commission for Sacred Music and the Committee for Formation in Liturgical Music. A gifted musician and arts enthusiast, he loves playing the guitar and the keyboard. If you sing from the Gayananso Jello, there is a good chance you are singing one of Father Loyola's tunes. He has composed around 40 tunes for Konkani hymns from the Gayananso Jello. A polyglot, Father speaks and writes in Konkani, English, Portuguese and Spanish. He understands Italian, French and Latin. Father Loyola, ko Hindi nahi aati. If that made you smile, it is testament to Father's sense of humor. It was a little tidbit he shared with us. Father Loyola's pragmatic, down-to-earth nature and approachability have endeared him to people. We are delighted to have you with us, Father. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our chief guest, Reverend Father Joachim Loyola Pereira, to address us.
My dear friends, when you look at the days, the people sitting there, and the person standing here, can't you see that there is something which is not quite all right? Can you? Can't you? Do you see what I see? Now, we are here at a function which is organized by the Diocesan Society of Education. And the chairman of the DSE is our most beloved Archbishop. And he's sitting where he has to sit. He's chairing the function. Now, someone decided to call the secretary to the chairman to be the chief guest of this function. Is this done? I know who the culprit is. Yeah, he's looking at me with a yellow smile. But on the other side, you know that when Jesus tells you something, you have to do it. This is exactly what I'm doing. Jesus told me to come here and to speak to you, and this is what I'm doing. Okay, I'll start with a story. The story is about this boy. I will call him Anthony Fernandez. It's a real story. You will know, some of you will know this person. He's today a priest, a parish priest, a very good shepherd, good preacher, good social worker. I will call him Anthony Fernandez. As you heard, I taught in the seminary for some time. And at that time, our beloved Archbishop was my colleague on the staff. We were both teaching in the same seminary. It was admission time, interview time. And on the interview board, our rector was there, Father Philip Neri, and Father Loyola Pereira. 3 of us were on the interview board. And in comes Anthony Fernandez. He tells us that he failed in the SSC. He has 2 subjects to clear. We had a little frown. An SSC failed person wants to come to the seminary. But then, there was some spark in those eyes and in that boy. He was so simple, so humble, at the same time so straightforward. After he left, we looked at each other and we said, there seems to be something. Maybe the Lord is calling him. Who are we to say no? And he was admitted. Now, for 1 year, he had only 2 subjects to clear and to study for. The others had all the subjects. Results came, SSC results came. We had distinctions, we had first classes, no second classes, and we had 1 pass class, Anthony Fernandez. Now, something more about Anthony. In the seminary, just like any other boarding, boys study during study time, play during play time. In the study time, during study time, they all study, their eyes are on their books, especially when father is looking. If father is not looking or he is out of the study hall, then there is some talking, looking this side, looking that side. Not Anthony. He was never seen looking beyond his book during all the study time. It was study time between 6:30 and 7:45 in the evening. Anthony was there with his book, no lifting his eyes from the book. Day after day. So this happened, the seminary day comes, and during seminary day we have prize distribution day, just like we had today. The best students had their prizes, the highest ranking students. Oh, today we had such an array of them, 98, 99, 100%. So we had also this prize distribution day, and the seminary day got over. The next day, the rector convokes a meeting of all the students and the staff of the seminary. And he says, yesterday we had a prize distribution day for the best students, and we congratulate you once again for your success. But I will give here today an award to the one that I feel is the best student in the seminary. Anthony Fernandez, please come forward. Everybody clapped because everybody knew the significance of this beautiful gesture of the rector. Everybody clapped as he received his prize and went to his desk. Anthony Fernandez was judged the best student. Why? Because he gave everything that he had to his study. Also, he was a very exemplary seminarian in other areas of life, in his prayer life, in his discipline. Almost you could not find anything wrong with this man, with this boy. Everybody clapped. And on that day, I realized that there was more to just marks, to excel as a student. Today, I want to felicitate once again the students, the parents, and the staff members of the schools and colleges, higher secondary schools and colleges, which were honored today. Once again, the Archbishop has done it. I do it once again. And I hope that you continue to contribute to the society of Goa and to the church in Goa, the Christian ones. Know one thing, that the yardstick is go forth to serve with love and compassion. That will mark you as a person who is really valuable in society. And I would like the parents to convey this to your children. It's not just marks. We congratulate you for the marks that you've got, but we would like that you are people who can go forth to serve with love and compassion. As Archbishop reminded us, it is an echo to the theme that we have for this pastoral year. Go and do likewise, just like the Good Samaritan did. So it is your service to the society and the service rendered with love and compassion that will mark you as a valuable member of the society and of the church. And we, all of us, wish with our whole heart that you should become a person like that. My last word is congratulations to the DSE, Diocesan Society of Education. I'm not going to take all the names. To the managers, staff members of the different schools, once again to the parents, for being the cause and the prime motors and the encouragers of your students. Congratulations to all, and thank you.
Thank you, Father Joachim Loyola Pereira, for your delightful address and for your powerful message to go beyond marks, to go forth and serve with love and compassion. It is not joy that makes us grateful. It is gratitude that makes us joyful. Now that the curtains are descending on the formal part of this day, we gratefully acknowledge that more than a team, it took an entire phenomenal family to take care of the logistics and get this done. Let's invite Reverend Father Arnal Pino, the affable assistant to the Secretary of the Diocesan Society of Education, to propose the vote of thanks.
Gratitude is our most direct line to God and the angels. If we take the time, no matter how crazy and troubled we feel, we can find something to be thankful for. We are highly indebted to His Grace Archbishop Philip Neri Ferrão for his accompaniment always in this apostolate of education. To our dear President, who shares a genuine concern in this apostolate, our sincere thanks to our chief guest for today's function, Father Joaquim Loyola Pereira, for accepting our invitation. We are deeply honored by your presence, Father. To the Episcopal Vicar South, Father Lucio Dias, accompanying the apostolate of education. For our Secretary, for his valuable guidance and support always. We are grateful to the coordinating team who shouldered wholeheartedly the responsibility of today's function under the able guidance of the coordinator, Mr. Dennis Dissa. Our sincere thanks to the staff, Ravindra Bhavan, for their cooperation and support. Our thanks to all our managers who have made it possible to attend this function today. Thank you, dear fathers. To all our heads and to all those schools who have been in a special way part of this program today, and also thanks to all the schools who will be participating in the cultural program a little later. We can't forget our caterers, our print and electronic media people. We thank you, dear friends. How can I forget my own staff? Our DSA staff, Ms. Cecilia, Consi, Belisa, Velonia, Sylvia, Elrina. Thank you for your support, for your cooperation. A special word of thanks for the sponsors for today's function. Maria Crescencia Menezes Memorial Educational Trust and Pascual and Maria Menezes Benevolence Foundation. Once again, thank you. God bless you all.
And thank you, Reverend Father Arnal Pino, for your kind words, as well as your encouragement and support. As part of the think tank of the Diocesan Society of Education, Reverend Father Jesus Rodriguez and Father Arnal Pino have been an integral part of the ideation as well as the execution of this program. Here is a one-time offer exclusively for our awardees. If you wish to capture this moment for Instagram or for posterity, please assemble as quick as you can for a group photograph with our dignitaries. And I'm sure you would love to have a group photograph to seal today's memory. Please come up, awardees, for a photograph with our dignitaries on stage right now. Ladies and gentlemen, in the meanwhile, I want to thank you for being a fantastic audience. We've had a wonderful program so far. But as they say, picture abhi baki hai.
I'm Dr. Marilu Ferrão, faculty of St. Xavier's College, Mapsa, and I'm privileged to be co-host with my colleague Dr. Prema Rosha for this festive occasion. So welcome back everyone to part 2 of today's program. Cultural learning through dance, drama and music can be life-enhancing and life-changing. It has the power to inspire greater social responsibility, leading to personal, social and community benefits. With this in mind, DSE institutions strive to facilitate cultural learning on campus. And today, students of 4 of our DSC institutions will display their talent and creativity through the cultural programs